What you think about Ramesses? What you think about the Tar Heels win over the Clemson Tigers today, bud? What you think, Mass? You like that? Yeah. How about them heels, baby?
You don't want none! You don't want none!
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ, the Tar Heel. And in this huddle, we get to talk about the 65-55 victory, the number 8 North Carolina Tar Heels over the number 16 Clemson Tigers, man. 65-55. And the first thing that I want to talk about before we get into the box score or anything like that is the game that Armando Bacot had, okay? Armando Bacot was the stinking man in this game. My dude finished with 14 points, 16 rebounds, and not only that, he held P.J. Hall to 10 and 5. Dominant. Absolutely stinking dominant, and he did much better than I even anticipated that he would do. That's a tough matchup, man. That's a tough matchup. P.J. Hall is one of the best players in the Atlantic Coast Conference, and Armando Bacot basically shut him down on the defensive end, and then he went off himself on the offensive side. 14 and 16, bro. 14 and 16 against what some people are saying, hey, this is possibly the ACC Player of the Year. Armando Bacot had something to say about that, dude. What a stinking ball game in Littlejohn by Armando Bacot, just completely almost putting the clamps down on P.J. Hall for all intents and purposes, bro. You can't ask for a better defensive performance, dude. I mean, he was just stinking really good, man. So hats off to Armando Bacot, the preseason All-American, playing like a preseason All-American, man. Outstanding game by Armando, bro. Love to see it. Love to see it. And then RJ had a more quiet game, but he came through in the clutch when he needed to. And this team, guys, this stinking basketball team, in a time where people are constantly questioning the toughness of Carolina athletes, it seems like these days, this team is tough. This team is tough, man. I don't go into basketball games right now wondering if Carolina's going to compete. There is no doubt in my mind that these boys are going to compete. They play together. They play for each other. They play for Coach Davis. I can honestly say that, man. For all the people that are like, I don't know if Coach Davis is the guy for the job. These kids right here, they play tough. They play for the name on the front of their jersey, it seems like, and they play for Coach Davis, man. Coach Davis just got his 60th win as the Tar Heels head coach. I mean, hey, man, you got to start giving some kudos to my man for putting this team together. From what we experienced last year and the way that these kids are playing together this year, man, dude, it is night and day, man. Night and day. It is a breath of fresh air to watch these kids think and play basketball with the physicality and the mentality that they have, dude. They will not be denied. It is not to say that they're not going to lose some games. That's not what I'm insinuating. But one thing that you're not going to be able to deny is that they're going to play hard. And they have played hard in every stinking basketball game to date, and I don't see that stinking going in anywhere anytime soon. With R.J. Davis, Armando Bacot, and Coach Davis at the helm, dude, this team is going to continue to play hard, man, and I love it. So I just I had to get that off of my chest, man, before we got into the actual box score and stuff like that, because I think that it's really important for Tar Heel Nation to see, hey, your boys are playing hard, man, and you know what? You want to lift them up for the effort. You want to, hey, we see you, bro. We see you working. We see you working. It's important. And you're making us proud, man. So what a stinking ball game. What a stinking ball game. Carolina moves to 11-3 on the season, 3-0 in conference. Clemson moves to 11-3 on the season, 1-2 in conference. So Carolina has already got a decent little cushion, if you will, against what some are saying is one of the best teams in the country, or not only in the country, but one of the best teams, more importantly, in the Atlantic Coast Conference in this part of the season, bro. So really big stinking victory. All knotted up at 34 at the half, man. Just back and forth, back and forth. Carolina held Clemson to 21 points in the second half. 21 points in the second half. The defense just locked them down, man. And yes, Clemson missed a couple of shots. We'll talk about that here in a second when we get into the team stats and the box score. It was one of the things that I was a little upset about is some of the open looks, but we'll talk about that in a second. So let's go ahead and get into said box score real quick, because I'm just going to keep rambling on about how tough this stinking team is. So Harrison Ingram finishes with 31 minutes. He goes 3 for 10 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3. He only shot 1 for 4 from the free throw line, but he finished with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Armando Bacot, like I already talked about, my man had 14 and 16. 4 offensive rebounds. He had 2 blocks that came into real big moments, and he had 3 assists also. Elliot Cadeau finishes with 4. Once again, my guy keeps getting ticky-tack fouls called on him, and he has to sit for large portions of the game. So hopefully we'll get that corrected one day, because Elliot is a game changer on the floor, but you can't affect the game, dude, if you're sitting on the bench because you keep getting nickel dimers, dude. I'm really tired of seeing Elliot be the brunt or get these terrible calls against them. I guess it's part of the game, but it's still frustrating nonetheless. RJ Davis plays 35 minutes. He scores 14 points, goes 2 for 5 from 3, 5 for 13 from the line. He had 4 rebounds, 3 assists himself. And then Cormac Ryan had a pretty good first half before he kind of got injured. Looks like he rolled that right ankle again, but it was good to see him up and running. Didn't seem like it necessarily affected him running up and down the court. But he was 4 for 6 in the first half with, I think, 9 or 10 points. And he finished the game 4 for 8. So he finishes with 10 points, had 4 assists himself, and he had 2 rebounds. So there goes your starting 5. Zayden High came in. He had 2 points, real nice little jump hook. But my man, you know, he's so physical. And we were talking about it earlier in the live stream. He's so physical. You love the guy sticking confidence. He thinks he's the baddest dude on the court, but he just fouls too much, you know, and he's got to get that corrected. Jalen finishes with 4 off the bench. Withers gets 2. Seth Trimble has 3. He hit a big three-pointer to kind of extend Carolina's lead later in the second half. And then Wojcik actually had a really big 3-ball too, where everybody's like, no. Yes. So, you know, it was real good that Wojcik came in and made a splash from behind the arc as well. The big guys over on Clemson side, like I said, PJ Hall finishes with 10. Girard only finishes with 5. He goes 0 from the three-point line. That's the guy that we had to lock down, and Carolina did a fantastic job of doing that. Armando Bacot on PJ Hall, and then you got Seth Trimble and Cormac Ryan guarding the crap out of Girard. He just could not get any open looks, man. So I'm sure Coach Davis challenged them boys to stink and lock them down, and that's exactly what they did. Now, Hunter had 17. He was the guy that kind of kept him in the game. Well, he was the second guy because Shefflin just had a monster game. 16 and 11, dude. He looked like Charles Barkley out there, undersized and just somehow cleaning up the glass and getting putbacks and stuff. So Shefflin had a really good game. Not the guy that I expected to go off, but he's the guy that's thinking basically went off, him and Hunter. But Carolina kept their leading scores, if you will, to very pedestrian games. And Clemson only got 2 points off the bench. So that just goes to show you how good that Carolina defense was tonight. Well under the over-under of 157 and a half. And the line had Clemson by 2.5, dude. So, I mean, it's a big victory for the Tar Heels. Let's go ahead and move into the team stats. Carolina shot 41.7% from the field and 34.8% from 3. They had 10 turnovers, so they actually doubled up because Clemson only had 5. but Carolina out-rebounded the Clemson Tigers once again 44-33. Huge. Plus 11 on the rebound in the rebounding category. Big time, son. That's old North Carolina basketball right there. Out-rebounding people, man. So that was good to see. Plus 11 on the boards. Now, moving over to Clemson. 36.2% from the field. But here is where they really stinking killed themselves. 5.6% from behind the arc. 1 for 18. 1 for 18. And let's just be honest with ourselves. Clemson missed a lot of open looks, man. A lot of them. PJ Hall had a couple of really good looks. I think Hunter missed a couple of good looks. So we kind of caught some breaks and that they just weren't knocking them down. Let's just be honest with each other. There were way too many times, and Hubert Davis is going to be able to go back and look at this on film, way too many times where these guys had, 5-6 feet without a defender in their face, and they're able to set, gather, shoot. We cannot have that because if they're on, dude, they are going to stinking kill us. And I'm talking about any team. Any team. So we kind of caught a break with Clemson not knocking down the 3-ball. But I don't want to take anything away from what Carolina actually did, though. They were in these guys' hip pockets for the most part, and they made them work. And sometimes when you make people work, man, legs get tired. And you know what? That shot starts falling a little short because your legs are dead. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. But 1 for 18 from 3, that's not going to help you at all. A big discrepancy. Carolina 7 from 12 from the free throw line. They only shot 58.3%. Gotta stinking clean that up. Clemson goes 12 for 16, 75% from the free throw line. But at the end of the day, 65-55. And Hubert Davis gets his 60th win as the head coach at North Carolina, bro. Big victory. Big stinking victory. And as you guys can see, we've already got it marked up here, bro. Level 1, level 2 of this little 3-level game that we're going, because we got level 3 at Raleigh here on the 10th. But those are big victories, bro. Big victories to start off right now, 2-0 on the road in ACC play. Man, that's big. And like I said, you cannot take away how impressive it is with this team's stinking toughness, because Clemson is a good team. And to beat them in Littlejohn in front of 9,000 fans, raucous fans, that's a big-time win, bro. And like I said, hats off to Armando for hooping out. Hats off to Coach Hubert Davis for getting these boys to buy in and play physical basketball. 10-point W, man. 10-point W on the road against the number 16 team in the country with guys like PJ Hall. Watch out for the Tar Heels, man. Watch out for the Tar Heels. Do they have, an 05-09 team? Probably not. But the one thing that these kids do is they play stinking hard. They play hard, right? And you got to love that from the Heels. So let me know what you think about it down in the comment section, man. How excited are you about this victory? I'm exhilarated. I am stinking exhilarated. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and consider becoming a member of the Huddle Hooligans, because that's how we are going to grow this thing together for Tar Heel Nation. I had a blast during the live stream, dude. No issues this time except for a little audio at the beginning, but it was easy fixed because I'm such a tech-savvy guy, So had a blast, bro, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys against those hated guys from NC State on the 10th. So enjoy the victory, baby. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. I love you, Tar Heel Nation. How about them Heels, baby? And we'll catch you on the next one, bro.